Good morning everyone, welcome back to my Allotment Diaries. If you're new around here, my name is Emma, these are my Allotment Diaries. I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put up kind of vlogs all about my allotment plot, gardening, my home garden, and now cooking as well. So I'm actually showing you what I'm cooking with the produce from the allotment plot. Not that there's much growing at the moment. I'm a little bit disappointed with the way that my plot is looking right now, just because I removed the broad beans and the peas have now gone, and there's not very much to harvest anymore, and it just all looks a little bit flat. Do you know what I mean? Like normally in July I've got things sort of up here, and this year everything seems to be down there, but I mean that's probably because of what I've chosen to grow, but at the same time things like pumpkins are not really getting going yet, and I haven't got any sweet corn. The saga with the sweet corn this year, I've germinated it twice and it's died on me twice. I've ordered it from a online like garden nursery, and the order got cancelled because they couldn't grow it or something, or like it didn't germinate in time. I don't know, but having struggles with sweet corn. I really want sweet corn this year. Everybody else on this bloody allotment site's got sweet corn growing, and it's all looking really healthy and really good. So got some sweet corn seeds with me, and I thought I would just sort of try and direct sow them today, really, and just see if I can just get them to germinate, because if I can get them to germinate and grow where they're supposed to be and just not touch them, I might have a fighting chance of actually getting some. So we will see. Anyway, that's what we're going to do today basically. So, oh, also I just need to show you my pond. So when I first got this allotment plot about 3 years ago now, one of the very first things I ever did on it was dig a pond, because we were renting at the time, and you're not allowed to dig ponds in gardens, in rented gardens, believe it or not. And I really wanted a pond because I wanted frogs and I wanted to grow pond plants, you know, water plants, whatever they are. So I dug this beautiful pond. It started as a bit of a mess, turned into an absolutely stunning pond, and now it's reverted back to a bit of a bloody mess. But this is the biggest problem of all. It's dried up. There's no flipping water in there at all. Like the entire pond has just died. So I really urgently need to fill it up with water, and that is going to be my first urgent task of the day, I think. Just getting some water in there, and then maybe starting to tidy it up a little bit. But it's completely just gone. I only noticed the other day that it's totally dried up. Has gone. There's no duck in there now. No duck. Did I imagine that duck? Was that duck even there? Did I imagine that? If I hadn't filmed it, I'd have thought I'd have like been seeing things. Honestly, I'd be really having a moment right now, thinking I've seen something that's not there. There was definitely a rubber duck in there, wasn't there? Yeah. See, now I'm convinced someone's playing with me. That's not normal, is it? Who puts a duck in there and then takes it back out again? It's not right, is it? I tell you what, that might put the snails off hiding in my watering can. They get a shock of their life now, thinking they're going to land on a nice pumpkin plant, and they end up in a pond. Right, so sweet corn. This is the bed I'm thinking for sweet corn, the old broad bean bed. I can just imagine rows and like little squares of sweet corn all coming up, because you've got to plant sweet corn in a square, in a grid, not in rows, because it's wind pollinated. Not that that really matters. Not that it really matters at my allotment plot, because if something's not going to grow, it's not going to grow, and it doesn't seem to matter how I plant it, you know. But anyway, that's just semantics. Something, I don't know. Right, yeah, so sweet corn. We're going to plant the sweet corn direct. The sweet corn that I've got is Swift F1, and it says that you can sow it between well, you should sow it outside in June. We're now just in July. I think we'll get away with it, to be honest. And to be honest, like, if anything says that, like, oh, you should sow it then, you should sow it then, just whack it in whenever you want and see what happens. Because you never know, it might grow. I've sown sunflowers in like August and had sunflowers bloom in like October before. So although it's really good to read the back of a seed packet, it gives you an idea of when you should plant it out, but it's not like completely set in stone, because obviously our seasons are changing, the weather's changing so much. It's not always easy to predict when something's going to grow and when it's not now. So the best thing to do is just whack it all in. What I am going to do is protect it all with a load of like see-through plasticky things that I've been collecting, which are, lots of these are from last year. Sorry, I'm like walking around the place. Lots of these are from last year, and I just like to keep plastic things, don't like to throw them away, and I use them over and over again until they literally disintegrate. So loads of them, like these will do. These have Brussels sprouts in them, that'll do as a nice little cover. Right, let's get as many out as we can, I think. Right, like I said, the only thing I really know about growing sweet corn, the only thing I think you really need to know about growing sweet corn, to be honest, is that you need to grow it in a grid, not in rows. So it's like, you know, 4, 4, 4, 4, like that. That's actually what we're going to do. 4, 4, 4, 4. 16. That's what we're going to do. Right. Bloody aeroplane always appears when I start talking. 8, 9, 10, 13. We've got 13. How are we supposed to do a grid with 13? Alright, we'll whack them in anyway. How am I going to know where they are? Oh, so many questions. Don't be silly, Emma. Think about it, Emma. Well, we're going to have to do them one at a time, I think. It's that age-old maths question, isn't it? How do you make a square out of 13? Well, basically, you just whack them all in anyway, all together in a big clump, and expect that a few will die anyway, and you're only going to end up with 8 really, so what does it matter? Right, there's the holes. What we've done this time, we've dug the holes so we know where they're going to go, to make sure it's a grid. You probably can't see this properly, but I can sort of see it. We're going to have to do each one individually so I can protect it and water it. Right, it's all wobbly. Grab save bloody camera. I've bloody dropped a bloody seed now. Actually, it's alright because there's only 12 now. Right. Oh, right. Okay. I think it's just like that. It's going to take a while doing it this way, but I think this is probably the best way. Can't physically think of a different way of doing it, to be honest, so it's the way we're doing it. You're probably thinking, why don't I just wait for it to germinate and come up out the ground and then protect it with the plastic things? But the thing is I won't be here on that day. I will not be here. I will be off somewhere, I will be sick, I will be busy doing something else. They will pop up and the slugs and snails will get a meal, and that's what will happen. So that's why I'm protecting them as I'm going. Imagine a world without slugs. We'd all be so happy. Thing is, I can't remember where bleeding seed is, and these things are so small, it's really hard to know, but something's better than nothing. So that stuff that I've just put around it all is strolch. I'll just show you the bag, because it sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Strolch. It's basically a straw mulch with slug and snail deterrent. So basically it's to mulch it and stop all the weeds and stuff, but it also kind of, the slugs and snails don't like it. It looks like this. It's all organic and everything. It's perfectly fine, and it feels quite nice putting it on your soil. You just feel like you're doing your soil quite good, really. And apparently they just don't like this. They don't like crawling over it. So I've mulched the entire bed. This looks weird, doesn't it? This looks very weird. I used to like steer away from doing things like this at the plot. When I first got my allotment plot, I was so obsessed with it looking nice and like looking beautiful and being perfect that I wouldn't do things like this, like put bottles over everything, because I felt like it ruined the like aesthetic of the plot. I used to look at a lot of Instagrams of allotment plots and lots of Pinterest and pictures and stuff, and everyone's plots would look so perfect and everything growing and it all looked lovely, and I didn't see any like beds with just like plastic bottles like sticking out of them and stuff, do you know what I mean? So I used to get really hung up on like how it looks. Now that I've been growing for 3 years, I know that it's more important to protect crops however you can and actually get a produce and a harvest out of it than to just whack everything in and make it look beautiful but nothing's actually growing. So it was kind of like a long learning curve, because I found that really hard. That was one of the hurdles that I had to overcome. Because this isn't just a space for me to grow stuff and eat stuff. It's actually like my sanctuary, it's my happy place. It's why I've got like my pink shed and everything. It just makes me happy to be here. So I want it to look nice, but I do want stuff to grow at the same time. So it's a constant battle, really. To just share one of my mistakes with you. I mean, if I shared all of them, we'd be here all day, so I'll just share one. And it's when I planted this lavender plant. I'm just going to show you what's happened to it. So, still flowering and everything, but it's not quite so happy. This is the mistake I made. When I planted it too shallow. So I don't know if you can see, but it's sort of raised from the ground a little bit. And what that means is that when it rains or when I water it, it's not getting enough moisture and it's drying out really quickly. It's basically the same as like having it like up on a pedestal. And we're due a heat wave and I'm really worried about it. So I'd really like to bury it a bit deeper. And I really hope I don't kill it, but I think it needs to go a bit deeper because it's just, the roots are just not getting enough moisture. I knew I'd made the mistake when I was doing it, but I just kept doing it. I don't know why. But now I'm going to try and correct it. I really hope I don't kill the plant. I think that's better now. Can you see what I mean? How he's more in the ground. So like when it rains now, the water's actually going to go sucking down into his roots and he's not going to dry out so quick. He just might die now out of like protest that I've actually moved him. Ugh, plants like to die out of protest. I've sown something over here and I completely forgot about it. Don't know if you can see the row. Oh, you can see the row. Look at the row coming up. I don't know what it is. And there's another little row there. God knows what this is. I don't know. But I'm going to water it and hope it lives. There's a lot of borage coming up. This is borage. Absolutely stunning flower, and you can eat them as well. And look, there's loads of them all coming up. Really, really beautiful. So I'm going to leave all that because the bees love it and I love it as well. And I didn't think I'd get any this year, but it seems to have grown outside of my bed. I don't know if that's some kind of plant protest, some kind of message to me. Don't know, but it's here and it's looking lovely. And then I'll just show you the Brussels sprouts as well, because they're doing pretty good too. Albeit a couple have been eaten, but I think so far they've done pretty well. So it looks like I'm going to get some actual Brussels sprouts this year, which is quite amazing. I don't know why these have been eaten. Are these caterpillars? Is this caterpillar damage or is this slugs and snails? It's hard to tell. Oh, there's a dead bumblebee there. Oh dear. He's come into my garden and died. Why has that happened then? That's a shame. Maybe he didn't have enough water. I've sorted the pond out now. Oh, it's too late for him. Never mind. Right, I don't know what's eating these. That looks like slug and snails because it's coming from the outside, and normally, oh no, hang on, that one's not. Oh, caterpillars. Caterpillars, I think. Right, I better caterpillar check them all. You know, I rocked up at the plot this morning with a bit of a negative mind frame about it. I think because last time I was here I was like, oh, it's not very good, there's not very much growing, there's not very much height going on and stuff, and obviously like my sunflowers didn't work this year, so I haven't got any sunflowers, and sweet corn's not germinated yet, though we're going to try again. But actually I don't know what I was thinking last time, because what is growing really well, and in particular that bed over there with all the lovely lettuce and stuff. I can see it from here. It's so green and vibrant. It really looks like it's just taking off. And over here it's looking so much better with the pumpkin and the little snapdragons. I really don't know what I was thinking when I was just being so negative about it. I think to get to my plot I have to walk through about 50 other plots, so I'm constantly seeing everybody else's progress and stuff, and I guess sometimes, you know, comparison is the thief of joy, is that what they say? But yeah, I find myself comparing my plot to everybody else's, and oh, yours has got sunflowers and yours has got sweet corn and mine hasn't, and you know, but actually what I have got growing I'm really proud of, and I do this myself every year. It's just me doing this, you know, on top of all the other jobs I've got to do, so I'm really proud of myself, and I don't know why I was so down on myself, to be honest. I hope you enjoyed my vlog today. If you did, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. There are other ways to follow me down below as well, and I will see you in my next vlog, which will be hopefully on Wednesday. See you Wednesday, guys. Bye.